There's a lot going on around the Chicago Bears this Saturday, and we're not sugarcoating any of it. This is a day that reshapes the depth chart, the game plan, and the mood at Hollis Hall in one sweep. Welcome back to Bears News Fan Report, family. If you ride with this team through the bruises and the breakthroughs, slam that subscribe button right now, drop a like so this reaches more Bears fans, and buckle up because we're diving into every move, what it actually means on the field, and how Chicago turns this chaos into opportunity heading into Sunday. First, the headline that hits you in the chest. Jalen Johnson to injured reserve with that stubborn groin. It stings not just because he's an all-pro caliber corner who erases a side of the field when he's right, but because of the timing right, as the secondary was begging for stability. Groin injuries don't play fair. They tease you with good days, then bite when you open your stride. 4 games minimum on IR is the rule, but anybody who's lived through soft tissue hell knows the calendar gets blurry fast. Is there a path with rehab? Is surgery inevitable? The truth is this: you don't replace Jalen with one player. You rearrange the geometry of your coverage. That means more help over the top, smarter leverage, and asking your pass rush to buy your corners an extra second they haven't consistently had. And that's where the second headline loops in. Kieran Amegadjie to injured reserve with an elbow. He'd flashed inside versatility, the kind of depth body you stash for the trench wars of midseason. And now he's shelled just when the snap-to-snap attrition up front ramps up. It's a reminder that roster building isn't just about stars. It's about the 10th lineman and the 4th corner you hoped you wouldn't need until November. Chicago moved quickly, signing Tano Capassanon to the 53, a veteran edge with length and savvy who knows how to convert speed to power and close. Is he a one-man cure for a pass rush that needs teeth? No, but he's a functional adult at a premium spot, sets a firm edge, reduces inside on games, and finishes when quarterbacks hitch. That matters when your corners are patchwork and the opponent's QB gets to his second read too often. To insulate the back end, Dallas Flowers gets elevated. He's played real NFL snaps. He'll tackle, he'll run, and if he's targeted, the assignment isn't to be a hero, it's to be disciplined. With Carl Jones Jr. also up, you can feel the staff bracing for a long rotational fight at defensive back. So let's talk Sunday, because the matchup wrinkle is real. Dallas already lost Darren Bland, and now Trevin Diggs has been added late to the injury report with a knee questionable, monitored, and that changes how both coordinators script the openers. If Diggs can't go or is limited, Dallas's coverage toolbox shrinks. If he's active but not himself, you stress his side with formations that force him to drive and plant. Either way, this is where Chicago has to be ruthless and intentional. Condense splits, stacks, and bunches to generate free releases, motion to force simple rules, and create leverage for DJ Moore and Rome Oduns, and play-action shot timing that punishes defensive backs who are a step late because their help is new to the huddle. Situationally, this game wants aggression on first down. Make Dallas declare how they'll protect a secondary missing its best ball hawk, then live in second and short where the playbook is mean. In the red zone, the Bears have to be stubborn about matchups, rub routes, pivot routes to K-Met, and mirror concepts that let Caleb pick the leverage pre-snap. Now, none of that matters if protection cracks. That's why Amegadjie to IR is more than a footnote. It stresses the math of the line. The answer can't just be, hold up. It has to be win, fast, quick game with purpose slants, and sticks to get the ball out under 2.3 seconds. Then build counters off the same looks. Sluggo off the slant, stick nod to bait linebackers, and a couple of design keepers to make the edges think about contain. Mix in tempo in 2-play packages. Hit a perimeter RPO, race to the line with the complementary shot, and don't let Dallas sub its dime answers. And let's not ignore the other reality. Chicago's defense isn't walking into this one at full strength beyond the corners. You feel the absence of TJ Edwards in the middle because he's the traffic cop who compresses windows on digs and seams. Without him, hook curl space gets bigger unless the 4 up front win early. So your line stunts have to hit, your nickel has to tackle, and your safeties have to be violent and clean at the catch point. This is where Capacignon helps. He'll allow you to be multiple without bleeding edges in the run game. And he'll steal you a couple of 3rd and 7 plays where the QB resets and throws late. That's where turnovers live. Special teams? Quietly massive. Flowers' experience as a return man is insurance, but the real lever is field position control. Force them to go 75, not 55. You do that. You buy a battered defense, a series or 2 of oxygen, and you keep the script on your terms in the 3rd quarter. And speaking of scripts, this staff has to pass the middle 8 inches exam last 4 minutes of the half, first 4 of the 3rd. Too many times, that's where games slip. No empty possessions, no hope plays. Go to your money calls, convert, and step on throats when momentum tilts. Let's take a breath and be honest about the human side. Jalen Johnson is a culture guy, a tone setter. IR isn't just a transaction line. It changes voices in the room. The way you honor that is by playing with his edge-clean hands, violent finishes, and 0 excuses. Young corners, this is your tape. You don't have to mirror like Jalen. You have to compete like Jalen. If you're Flowers and they find you early, you tackle. If you're Stevenson and they test your eyes, you stay square, you squeeze the fade, and you make them earn every yard. On offense, Caleb's leadership is about more than highlights today. It's cadence to steal a free 5. It's killing into the right run based on a shaded nose. It's throwing the dirt ball on 1st down instead of forcing heroics into a disguised robber. That's how you protect a thin defense, by refusing to feed the other team hidden possessions. Now, let me talk directly to Bears fans who feel like every September asks for patience while the rest of the league sprints. I hear you. But some weeks define more than a record. This is one of them. Set the tone physically. Make Dallas tackle in space on a humid Chicago afternoon. Use misdirection to punish overflow. If Diggs dresses, find out early if he wants to plant off that knee. If he doesn't, test their call sheet depth and wear their corners out with motion. If you're the Bears' defense, live with the 5-yard hitch and take away the explosive. Rally, hit, and trust that a patched-together secondary can survive when the top comes off the defense exactly 0 times. And please, let's be ruthless on 4th and manageable near midfield. The cost of punting on a wobbly day for the opponent's secondary is higher than the risk of a calculated go. The truth, Bears family, is today's transactions are a fork in the road, not a funeral. Jalen's on IR painful. Amagagi's on IR costly. But Capacignon adds sturdy snaps, Flowers brings legs and urgency, and the building now has permission to lean into a week-to-week identity rooted in aggression and practicality. If Dallas shows up light at corner, punish it. If they load the box, accept the challenge and play big boy ball with duo and counter. Then stab with play action when their safeties creep. If they try to bleed clock, punch the ball out and make Sunday noisy. You already know what I'm about to ask. If you love this team and you want more honest, passionate breakdowns like this, subscribe right now. Share this video with a fellow Bears fan and hit the comments with your score prediction because I will be in there with you. My take? I'm not flinching. I think the offense finds rhythm through tempo and defined reads. The pass rush plays above its paper with Capacignon folding into the mix, and the secondary survives by forcing 3s instead of 7s. It won't be pretty, but it'll be proud. What do you think? Are we stealing this one at Soldier Field? Or do the injuries feel like too much in Week 3? Drop your call below and tell me why. My personal opinion as your host, IR hurts, but it also clarifies who we are: tough, adaptable, and dangerous when disrespected. I expect a statement from Caleb and the receivers against a wounded Dallas secondary, and I expect the defense to play with Jalen's edge, even without Jalen on the grass. Now it's your turn to sound off, Bears family.